Hey everybody, welcome back. Jon Williams and myself having a look through some of the finest pre-owned cars, I think, in the country. You know, when it comes to pre-owned cars, John, you're spoiled for choice always. People often don't know where to look, where to begin looking, and who is a trusted name in that retail space?
Yeah, and I think that's exactly like you say. It's about the comfort of buying cars from people that, you know, have a long history in cars, have an understanding of cars, and also like that family aspect, you know, that homely feeling. I always think it's nice. You know, if you're buying a car from someone, you want to come to a space like where we are here, where they've got something for everybody. You know, sometimes people walk in, they want to buy a car for the son, the daughter, the wife, and then obviously the dad that wants the fancy toys. So you want some options, for sure.
There's a couple of very special cars behind us there, John. Show us, let's start by taking a little walk inside. Come follow us inside Driving Force to have a look at some of the amazing cars on display.
You got your Volkswagen for, you know, the students that want to drive and things like that.
Your family wagons.
SUVs.
And a massive selection of buckies as well. Like you mentioned, something for everyone.
Yeah.
Let's go upstairs, because this area doesn't only serve its purpose as a storage facility and a sales facility for some of the most incredible cars, but also a place where you can have a refreshment while enjoying some fantastic artwork and maybe catch up on the latest Formula One on a big screen TV. Let's pop upstairs to the bar and have a little chat. John, let's talk a little bit about your passion for motoring, where it all began. Do you recall the very first time as a youngster where you were excited about a motor car?
I actually do. You know, it's funny. It's certain memories as a youngster, and I think that's what got me excited. Obviously, I come from a family of racing, a family that, like, going to church was going to the track. You know? Look, I went into karting, which was really important, I think, for youngsters out there. The basics that you learn at karting in terms of, you know, how to be smooth and just your racecraft you learn there. I mean, I started actually quite late. I started at the age of 10. I mean, the youngsters start now at like 4 or 5 years old.
Really?
So I was late, but I kind of, because I'd been in these race cars with these guys at a young age, jumping in when I could to go around the track. And so I think I got a good feeling for speed and what it took to be really quick. And then, I moved on from there into track racing. But the whole time I just wanted a rally. I nagged my dad the whole time. You know, when can we go rallying? When can we do rallying? I want a rally. Get me on the dirt. I'll prove my point, you know. And the game plan was, they were very strict with me. They said, you know, you're only going to progress if you stay on the road and you finish rallies, because that's the only way you're going to learn. So, you know, as a youngster, it's tough because you just want to go flat out, you know?
Exactly.
So I paid attention. I spent a lot of time in the car with him too, and that, again, you know, progressed me really quickly. And then, I became, in 2005, I became Western Province Rally Champion. 2007, again, Western Province Rally Champion. And then I, you know, from a young age, I wanted to just be in the top class. I wasn't wanting to wait, you know. I thought the rest of the world, young guys are driving in the top class, and again, it was like, oh no, you got to wait, and I was like, it's not going to happen.
But
I want to be in these cars, and I was very lucky enough. I was lucky enough again to work with people that gave me the opportunity, but again, funding from my parents that really opened the doors for me, and you know, they always were very supportive mentally, you know, because the sport is very stressful. It's tough. It's competition. It's a big rivalry. You have to handle a lot. You know, these cars are extremely fast. So I think I learned the right temperament from a young age and how to manage myself. I also learned to chase sponsorship hard. I had to go knock doors. I mean, I still got some of the books at home of how many places, and if I've been to your place and I've knocked on your door and you gave me some money, thank you. You know, all the years later, thanks very much. But yeah, you know, I really, it was a dream of mine. And you know, I had these pictures of World Rally cars on the inside of my cupboard door, and it sounds silly, but I used to live it, eat it, dream it. This was something I was going to do, and a lot of people told me it's not going to happen. You know, going to the World Rally Championships, it's just forget about it. You know, it's been awesome, and I still have that drive and passion for it.
Absolutely.
And that's why I find myself still involved in cars. You know, when I'm not doing cars, I'm selling labels at a print company. But yeah, this is my passion, and something gets me really excited. You know,
I love that you've done everything that you've set out to do, and you know, it's not only talent, but it's the fact that you've gone out there and not expected it to land on your lap, knowing that if you want something badly enough, you're going to make it happen by going out there and pursuing. And you've partnered with some amazing passing words of wisdom to the next generation. And you've been doing this for a while. There are people watching this that one day will say, geez, I remember Jon, I remember when you, and because you weren't afraid to actually take it by the horns and go, well, no one's going to give this to me. I'm going to go out there and show the world that I can go and get it. And unfortunately, like many things in life, there's a cost involved, and sometimes it gets to a level where it just becomes ridiculous to even try and chase that dream, because the cost, the barrier to entry is ridiculous for a South African to compete anywhere in the world, in any level of motorsport. I don't care how wealthy you are, how much money and how much backing you have. You need seriously to be in a position where you're in a different league and caliber of money. Never mind even the talent. You could be the best talent in the world.
I honestly believe that we have the best drivers and can compete with any drivers overseas, for sure.
I love that. I love the fact that over the next few months, etc., Jon's also going to talk us through the various aspects of that life and career he's taught, whether it be fitness, whether it be just pearls of wisdom along the journey that is the next couple of months with CarMag. I look forward to sharing that with you, because I know there's nobody more passionate in South Africa, not only about South Africans as well, and giving back to South Africans, but also giving back to the massive motorsport fraternity in South Africa. I know it's very close to your heart. So Jon, looking forward to doing that. And now you know, folks, that when we get behind the wheel and I get into a car with this man, I'm not just getting into a car with somebody who just happens to love motoring and motor racing. He is a man who's lived it, and he's young enough to still live it again. So looking forward to doing some amazing things with you, Jon. Thanks for your time, and thanks for allowing us an opportunity to have a little glimpse and a snapshot. Like you mentioned, we could talk for days about those experiences, and hopefully we'll have more anecdotes along the course of the next couple of months as we do some incredible adventures.
Like everything we do, it's always high speed at a quick pace. That was a high speed tour of my career, but yeah, it is. It's exciting, and we'll definitely bring up scenarios which I've experienced with different cars in different types of terrain. So yeah, we'll have a good laugh at some of the banter.
And I look forward to Jon talking through how to drive a car properly. We're going to go skid panning. Jon's going to teach, and this is something that's going to be cool. Just come to me. We're going to get somebody, one lucky person who's watching now is going to get an opportunity to spend some time with us at a track, at an empty track, where Jon's going to teach us both, because I don't know how to, you and me, how to drift properly and how to take a car through its paces. Watch this space. Jon Williams. Give him a follow on social as well. Social media at Jon Williams. You can't miss him. I think it's at Jon Williams.
Yeah, I dropped the H. It was slowing me down. So it's Jon.
Jon and Williams. And a huge thanks to the driving force.
Yeah,
thanks for having us. Thanks to all the lads for accommodating us here today with all the snacks and drinks, etc. And give them a follow for all your latest car purchases. Go check the guys out at Driving Force. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next week.